Perek Chav Daled Mishnah Yud Gimel. Another slightly tricky Mishnah. Shloisha Sedinin Hein. A sardin is a sheet. We're now not dealing with leather. We've now moved over from leather to woven to begodim. We haven't had much so far on begodim. We will deal with begodim mit Hashem in Perek Chav Vav, Chav Zayin, Chav Ches. But we will use this Mishnah as a small introduction to begodim. Let's do the first din. Ha'osu l'shchiva tomei medris. A sheet made for lying on is tomei medris. That's quite simple. In fact, all begodim are made or assumed to be made l'shchiva v'yeshiva v'mishka v'moshev. Anything that you wear, all fabrics, sheets, blankets, coats, jackets, suits, trousers, all these things are all made l'shchiva v'yeshiva. Therefore, they're all tomei medris. The basic rule is that a beged is a kli, like all other kelim. And it has a rule, just like eitz hanor, it's got a rule of being a kli kibble. However, beged has an additional din, even when it's not a kli kibble. Beged itself, the shem beged, the fact that people wear it, or in the case of a sodin, people don't wear it, but they sit on it, that itself makes it able to be makabel tumah, b'teiros beged. We will deal with the dinim and the pratim of this mit Hashem at the beginning of Perek Chav Zayin. So a regular sodin, it says the Mishnah osu l'shchiva, but I believe it doesn't even have to be made specifically for the purpose of shchiva. Every sheet is osu l'shchiva, unless it was specifically made for a different purpose. Every sheet is tomei medris. Mishnah carries on, leviloin tomei meis. If a sheet is made to hang as a curtain, it's tomei meis. Now we discussed this din early on in Perek Chav Mishnah Vav. We said as follows: if you weave a garment right from the beginning to be hung up in a house as a curtain, it's not makabel tumah, because you made it right from the beginning, lechaber imakarka. Any kli which from the beginning of its manufacture is made to be mechubar lekarka is not makabel tumah. We're dealing here with a viloin where it was first a regular sodin. Now you want to change it from a sodin, which is osu l'shchiva, to a curtain. So the Mishnah in Perek Chav Mishnah Vav says how you do that. There's a machlokas there. What do you have to do to such a sodin in order to change its purpose? However, when you take a kli, true, if you're mechaber to the karka, it is no longer able to serve for shchiva v'yeshiva. And of course, the Tumas Medris goes away. However, because there is still some tashmish that carries on after you're mechaber to the karka, which is, the Gemara says, when you have a curtain, the shamash, the waiter, when he feels a bit cold, wraps himself around the curtain, shamash misatef b'shulov. That tashmish continues from the period before you mechaber to the karka to the period after you mechaber the karka, and therefore the chibur the karka won't be metar the kli because the tashmish continues. And therefore, this vilon, although it's not royal in medris anymore, and the medris part falls away, it carries on being a regular beged, a regular keli, and is tomei meis. That's the analysis of that case there. And the Mishnah carries on, Michel, tsuros tar miklum. A sheet, a beged made for embroidery for pictures. You put it on the wall, you sew, you embroider, you put a nice picture on it, you hang it on the wall, and all it serves is for ornamental purposes. We've had this before as well. It's Tori Gansen. It's not royal shchiva. In fact, you've specifically designated it that you shouldn't sit on it. It's not a kli kibble. It's not a meshamish odom. You're not going to wear it. Therefore, under all these rules, it fails. It hasn't got a tashmish choshuv, and therefore it is in Gansen tahor. And that's the analysis of Mishnah Yud Gimel. And